I raced Ironman 70.3 Eagleman over the weekend. I was really excited to get back to Maryland because last year Eagleman was my first ever pro race. So with a year of experience under my belt and a little more confidence, I was excited to see what I could do. One of my goals for the race was to be more aggressive if the opportunity arose. Pretty much all my races last year, I treated them as individual time trials. I stuck to my own plan, I stuck to my own numbers, and I just raced my own race. At Eagleman, if there were feet that I had to work really hard to swim on, I was gonna do it. If there was a group that I could ride with, I was gonna do that. And same with on the run, if I could push it for sections, that was something that I was gonna do. The swim start was a little bit different this year from last. Last year we had an in-water start, whereas this year we started on the beach. And for about the first 100, 150 meters, it was pretty shallow. So some guys started swimming pretty early, some guys were trying to run or more wade through the water, other guys were dolphin diving. So it was a little bit of a mess. There was a small group that I was able to stay with most of the way to the first turn, but then I ended up losing those feet. And then it was just me and one other swimmer, and I was able to stay on his feet most of the way around. I came out in 28:28, which I was pretty happy with for a non-wetsuit swim. It was about a minute and a half faster than last year. Out on the bike, it was mostly a solo ride, and that wasn't just the case for me. And talking to some of the other guys, it seemed like a lot of people were out there riding solo. The wind wasn't too bad, and I was able to just focus on staying in a really good aero position. At Eagleman last year, my arms and shoulders got super sore, so a lot of the work that I've been doing riding in the trainer on aero paid off. I was really happy with my ride. It was probably the steadiest ride that I can remember for any half distance race. I didn't have any of the big lulls that I usually have. I also didn't really have any big surges. It was just pretty much steady across the board, and I ended up with an average power somewhere around 275 watts. In T2, I could see that there was a couple guys that were only 30 or 40 seconds in front of me. So my goal was to just run steady at my own pace for the first half of the run and then try and pick it up in the second half. Eagleman is a pretty flat, can be a little bit desolate course, and you can really struggle in the second half. So I was banking on that and being able to pick off those guys. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Through the first 10K, I was feeling really good and running really strong. But then just when I was thinking about picking up my pace, I had some troubles with breathing. Felt like I was just sipping air and I just couldn't get oxygen in. And then from that point on, I just continued to bleed time and move backwards. I ultimately finished in 8th place in 4:08. All in all, I'm relatively happy with the race. I was glad to see some progression in my swim. Out on the bike, I was really glad that I was able to put down some even power and that I was really comfortable on my bike. Then on the run, the first half of it was good, and then it's the second half where I've still got to be able to put that together. I want to say a big thanks to everybody who sent me messages of support, as well as to my incredible homestay, Ray and Dawn. Up next for me is Triathlon Vitoria in 4 weeks' time. It's going to be my first full distance race of the season. So thanks a lot for checking out this week's video. If you like what you see, you can click the subscribe button down below. Until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.